Yo, what up, friends? Moving on to our MMA Male Fighter of the Year. In your upper left corner, you have the new interim, which we'll talk a little bit about this later as well, but the new interim heavyweight champion of UFC, Tom Aspinall. In your upper right-hand corner, you have Leon Edwards, who just came in and took the belt off of one of the best, Kamaru Usman, and then defended it after that. And then we also have in your lower left hand, Islam Makhachev, who Clubber D talked about earlier, did beat Alexander Volkanovski twice after beating Oliveira before that. So a fantastic year there. And then finally, in your lower right corner, we have the fourth candidate for MMA Male Fighter of the Year, Sean Strickland. Say what you will about him, about how he acts in interviews, about things he might say in conferences or social media, the remarks, whatever. He is an excellent fighter and became the UFC middleweight champion after defeating Israel Adesanya, one of the greats as well. So, wow, a lot of tough competition here. Clubber D, who is your winner, and what do you think about these fighters?
Well, this list was tough because if you look at the list, each person on that list had some type of I won't say adversity, but they were dealing with something with this fight and with their fights. And look at Tom Aspinall. Okay, this guy, rising heavyweight. Okay, his big chance to go against Curtis Blaze in London. Okay, big jam-packed crowd. He is the main event for that UFC card. Shreds his knee first round. Barely does anything, shreds his knee in front of this crowd. Comes back, fights. I think it was Tarun, or I pronounce his name, but beats him, and then hey, John Jones can't go. Let's have the interim fight against Sergey Pavlovov. I probably messing his name up, but knocks him out first round, become the interim champion. To have that bounce back of tearing your knee, not knowing if your career is going to be the same, to 2 fights later being the interim heavyweight champion. Hats off to Tom Aspinall. That's why I wanted to put him on this list. Next, you got Islam. Okay, Islam beat Alexander Volkanovski in Australia. I already put it as my fight of the year. Okay, now he has to fight him again on 12 days' notice. So I had to knock him down a peg, but he was fighting, another champion on 11, 12 days' notice in Abu Dhabi. A lot of pressure fighting in front of not his people, but the people from his culture. Jam-packed crowd, they love him out there. But he came out as victorious, knocked Volkanovski out. It's pretty bad. And then let's look at Leon Edwards. Okay, another British man. Okay, this man, not only did he knock out Usman in the 5th round, he comes back, defends his belt to prove that it wasn't a fluke because he was losing that fight, and basically outworks Usman in the 2nd fight, even though he did a little poke the eye, grab the gloves, did a little funny business, but he still got the dub in London. I think he's from Manchester. I don't think he's from London, but anyways, it's in England. So he got the belt, and then he defended his title, and then he fights Colby Covington. Huh? What you say?
I said he's from where Paddington is from.
Yeah, Paddington the Bear used to let him borrow his jacket back in the day. He used to rock the blue. But then the game later, so he had to switch the boots and everything. But anyways, so then next he fights the world's biggest trash talker, Colby Covington, who makes fun of Leon Edwards' late father, who was killed when he was 13 years old in a nightclub, saying that, I'm going to take you to all 7 degrees of hell. We're going to see your father. And I'm like, Colby, you're such a cornball. Like, you try to apologize and say, oh, it's just to act. No, you don't say that type of stuff. Because like I said in our other video, MMA saved Leon Edwards' life because he was doing crime, things of that nature when his father was murdered. Then he found an MMA gym, turned his life around. He was arrested for drugs and other things, but he turned his life around because of MMA. Look at him now. He's a champion, and your dusty ass lost to him. So screw Colby Covington for that comment. I hate that guy. But the last fight was probably the biggest upset of the year. Alexandra Grasso, she had the biggest upset of the year, but Sean Strickland, this man, lost to Pereira, got knocked out in the first round, came back the next year, fought 3 times, and in the third fight, he goes against Israel Adesanya, knocks him. No, I'm sorry, doesn't knock him out, knocks him down. I think in the, was it the first round or second round? He has that little Philly shell, which no MMA fighter can do anything about. Boxing fans, kind of like a shoulder roll, but they call it the Philly shell. But he's translated that style into MMA. So people have no answer for that in the MMA world. And this man embarrassed Israel Adesanya in his home, not his home because I think he's from New Zealand, but
yeah,
regardless, it was he felt the thunder from down under, and he lost his belt to Sean Strickland in front of his peoples. Okay, you wasn't doing those dancing and break dancing, and like you said in the press conferences, he made fun of Israel for having painting his nails, called him the word that they call cigarettes over in Europe, called him all types of stuff, which is hilarious. And yeah, so let's go with my winner.
Clubs, bangers. Clubs, bangers.
That's not my winner.
No, it's not.
Oh, we changed that. But anyways, my winner was Sean Strickland. Okay, Sean Strickland delivered the biggest upset of the year. And whoa, slow down, fingers.
No, you're fine. Fingers. No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm trying to see why that didn't change. My bad.
So anyway, Sean Strickland, you're good. Sean Strickland, threw me off big time. Sean Strickland won.
Yeah, my bad.
The biggest upset. I will tell you, the biggest upset in MMA besides Garasa was Sean Strickland because nobody had him winning, not one person. And it was fun fact about that. I was out in Tyson's at this place called Ship Garden watching the fights with some of the guys, and they had K-pop night at the place I was watching it. So we're surrounded by all these grown adults doing all this Korean pop music and all this stuff while the fights are on. I'm like, where are we? So it was just a bizarre night. I had to throw that out there. Glenn, Jose, Kike, if you're watching, you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that Sean Strickland. Somebody jumped on our stuff and corrupted our stuff. We got women showing up. I think it's Flo trying to sabotage it. I think it's Flo. Got to be Flo.
It's probably Flo. And y'all, it was Sean Strickland was his fighter, and I can actually prove that. Let me show you real quick.
No, you got to prove it. No, I said it. You know.
There it is. See, that was the slide that was supposed to show up. I thought that he was picking Islam, and so I think I assumed that. I don't know where I got that from, but it turns out he wasn't. So we do have a Sean Strickland slide. I do want you to know that. It just did not show up because I guess I didn't refresh the slides. But anyways, all right, that's enough of that. Let's get back to what we were talking about. So Sean Strickland is your winner of male Fighter of the Year, again, after defeating Israel Adesanya and taking his belt. And actually, Sean Strickland is the feature of UFC 297, which will be next Saturday. He will be fighting Dricus du Plessis, or something
DPP.
Like that.
DPP. It's called DPP.
So before we go into our women and male boxers, give us your thoughts on that fight next week happening between them.
Very interesting. I think they're trying to, the fact that they got into it at the last pay-per-view with Sean Strickland telling Gilbert Burns his wife and child move out the way so he can jump behind him and start punching him. There's some bad blood there. If du Plessis wins, Adesanya better get in the ring and challenge him. Just don't say the N-word all the time like an idiot. But this is going to be a tough fight. I don't see du Plessis winning this at all. Sean Strickland, his style, he's on a high right now. He's constant pressure. Du Plessis has power, but I don't think he has the power to stop Sean Strickland from coming forward with that Philly shell. Because with that style he does, if you try to hit him, he's going to counter and slip the jab or a hook on you, and you can't. You try to take him down. He has great wrestling. Okay, so I don't see du Plessis. I don't think he has a plan that can stop Sean Strickland. So I got Sean Strickland winning that.
Okay, cool. So you got Sean Strickland successfully defending his belt during that matchup next. That is next Saturday, January 20th, is where you will see UFC 297. That being said, moving on to our final two slides of the evening, which, by the way, I wanted to show you. Boom! It did update.
There we go. Look at that.
Got it.
Technology.
I just had to refresh it. Look at that technology, y'all. I love technology. It's really simple how you can just get something done like that.
Holla. 5,000.